Hello everyone and welcome to another video with me, Winter Android, picking up where we left off last time, where I basically just kind of pushed south over here in Africa, along the east coast basically, and just eventually end up controlling the entire southern half of Africa basically over here, while also getting most of the Arabian Peninsula over here as well. And yeah, this episode I guess finish off the rest of Africa, get the rest of them under control, probably move into South America as well, and possibly into India, is what I'm guessing is what I'm going to be doing in this episode. But, yeah. Let's see. Peace treaty with them currently, alright. Aggressive expansion's already gotten down quite a bit. So, let's see. What country do I actually be going to war with right now? I guess I'll go toward Egypt or here, because I don't exactly have much else I can do currently. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this started. Take over Egypt. Over here. My armies will have absolutely no problem whatsoever in taking them over. There we go. And that is done. Now I'll just completely take all of their lands, because I honestly don't give a shit about them at this point. So, there we go. Good. And increase my aggressive expansion to over 100, which means I should technically be having a coalition formed against me at this point, which I guess I'll use to smoothen out this border with them over here, and just wipe out more of these countries in Africa as well. Yeah, I guess. That's basically my plan currently. But the question right now is if a coalition will actually form. Considering I got a feeling I may have gotten to the points that their AI is going to be a bit reluctant to actually form one, I think. Possibly. Not entirely sure though. Because I am very strong at this point compared to the rest of these countries, to be honest. So, yeah. Guess for now I can kind of just go and take out some of these smaller countries over here. And yeah, I'll go toward that one as well. And that. Why not? Go toward all those countries there, and then I can go toward this group next or something. If a coalition still hasn't formed. Oh, there we go. There's a coalition. Ottoman Empire formed it. Alright, sure. So it's literally just all those countries there that have borders with me pretty much. Alright. And that's basically it. Okay, sure. I'll probably take advantage of this to kind of clean up these borders over here in South America, because that's kind of ugly with what's going on right there around Venezuela. Otherwise, borders don't seem to be too bad with what the Ottoman Empire has colonized. I might possibly go ahead and take those countries over, since they're also in this coalition. Maybe. Let's go ahead and get this thing going here, and watch my army completely destroy all their armies. Okay, armies are actually attacking the Ottomans over here now. Good. Go ahead and end these smaller wars, I guess. Or at least one of them. All that has now been occupied. Good. Which means the main thing my army is going to be doing now is taking it all the way and that they have colonized, I guess. I'm kind of thinking that I may want to take manual control of my army a bit right now, because I don't think my armies are going to really efficiently end this war completely like I want them to. And apparently I can now get nukes. Great. Go ahead and get this fully upgraded, I guess, since I do have the money, and just build some nukes as well, why not? And I guess I will just go ahead and do this and take manual control of the army. Now, 2 armies dedicated to getting this stuff in South America. that the Ottomans have colonized. Have some armies over here dedicated to getting everything in Africa. Okay, that should be everything. Good to go. I'm gonna hold off on turning on the AI armies back on until I've gotten most of this dealt with, I think. When it comes to the Ottomans at the very least. Guess I can use those armies I sent over to Australia to work on taking stuff back. Maybe I should have sent more armies over here to South America. But whatever, I guess. Okay. I think I might be finally done trying to do all that stuff manually. So turn the AI army back on, they can just finish this off at this point. Easily, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, not much left of the Ottomans over here. And that's all that in South America done. Good. So that is the entirety of the Ottoman Empire dealt with, from what I can tell. Good, 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 good. So now it's just a matter of waiting for my troops to get the rest of the land occupied, I guess. And that's basically it. There we go. Good. Finally. Alright, I guess I'll just leave it mostly at this here for now. Kinda just going to do this here and take that stuff off Tunis so I can just clean up those borders and make things look a little bit better. I will leave Tunis intact for now and just deal with the last 3 countries right here later. And I think that's why I'll keep things as or here in the Middle East for now. Get all that stuff in South America, mostly just so I can sell it, clean up the borders, I guess. Same when it comes to the stuff over there. Yeah. A lot of land I'm taking is purely just so I can clean up borders. Alright. So I think that's basically everything. Cleaned up the borders around here in Europe and over here in South America. And I just remembered that I also have this over here to deal with. Great. Okay, there we go. Now I got all this stuff cleaned up now. Good. Okay, so growth of expansion is actually under 100 currently, so in that case, I will go ahead and take over this country over here, especially considering that there is an ugly border I got with them currently. So now I just gotta wait for my army to get over here to fight. There we go. And now it's just gonna be super easy. And I'll wrap it up very quickly. In this little area, apparently there's that many countries I can liberate. My god. Jesus. Well, whatever. They're all gone. And I'm taking it all for myself now. Nice. So that has once again put my aggressive expansion over 100, and Portugal has now formed a coalition against me. Alright. Sure. So, this time I guess I will be taking the rest of Africa without question, and getting a bunch of these islands as well, of course. These are also controlled by Portugal, yeah. I'll take all those islands that Portugal has out over here in the Pacific. Not sure what I want to be doing over here when it comes to all these countries, but I guess I could take them over. At the very least, when it comes to Kabulistan there. I feel like if I actually go after all of them, I want to take all 4 of them, and also more land off of them. And kind of close off this little bit of lands that they have, giving them access to the Persian Gulf. Yeah, I might do that. Just Africa and that stuff for now, possibly. I guess I could do something like that. Let's see. Those are all the countries that are currency at war with me, sure. Man, Portugal really managed to push in quite a bit before my armies got over here to deal with them. So I guess that does mean I probably need to increase the size of my army again. So yeah, let's go ahead do that, I guess. Increase the size of my army very quickly. Because currently I only have 10 armies, I think. I can easily double that at the very least. Without question. Okay, there we go. Triple the size of my army. But now that also means I have 20 armies that don't have generals that I gotta go through and recruit one for. So quickly go through and do this as well. Seriously wish there was a way I could automate doing this, because this is honestly very annoying to go through and do all the fucking time. There we go. So my armies are having absolutely no problem taking all of Portugal at this point. Good. Alright. Okay, some of those armies have actually headed over to the Pacific to get those islands under control. Good. They get those islands under control, and then they'll turn their focus onto the other countries. And that's all of them dealt with. Apparently the country that was right there collapsed, apparently. Alright. Sure. Got all that under my control, and all of that as well. Key. So now it's just the stuff over here in the Americas. And I think that's everything. Pretty much. Yeah. Alright. Great. That is that we're done. Good. Alright, so getting all that stuff and that, taking over Syria as well, so I can kind of go and take out these few countries over here. Basically taking that stuff off the Ottomans just to clean those borders, pretty much. But I think that's basically it. Don't want to be going into South America just yet. I'll probably save that for next time? Possibly, I guess. Not entirely sure, but I'll definitely end up taking all the lands that the Ottomans have eventually, I guess. But yeah, that's it for this war. There we go. Now to clean up the borders. Your parents at war with them. Great. You're at war with Byzantines. Alright, sure. The tiny little bit that's left of the Byzantine Empire with their 3 provinces. Honestly, how in the world are the Byzantines even alive still with that much land? And apparently this country here has them as an ally over there. How in the world are you supposed to help each other? Whatever. At least the Byzantines actually have a ally there that actually makes sense. Guess they're literally just right there. But yeah, I think I'll actually intervene in this war myself and help put an end to it, since the AI doesn't seem to be able to do that for whatever reason. Alright, okay, that's kind of what I was hoping was going to happen there. So the rest of this land will now go to the Byzantines here, at least that much of it will. Nice. Okay, so now gross expansion's under 100, so I'll need to start taking over more countries again. You have an alliance with them. Sure, I guess. I'll just take you over along with them. And I'll figure out exactly what I want to do when it comes to this land now. There. I think that's good enough there for now. Alright, so let's go ahead and clean up the other stuff around here as well. Taking out these other small countries that I now completely surround. Okay, so I guess with the next coalition that forms, I will clean up the borders over here a bit before I go and just take over all of India. probably leave Bengal alive over here. They'll end up getting a chunk of this land, just so the borders will look better overall at the end of the episode. I'll probably be taking at least a little bit of the lands that they have, I think, over here. So I'm going to have to fight a war with them eventually, I guess. But Europe, I guess, I'm honestly not sure what I want to be doing there. Do I want to push more into Europe yet, or not? Not sure. Definitely want to go into the Americas, though, soon. Without question. But yeah, aggressive expansion is actually over 100, so I'll just quickly see if a coalition will form right now or not. If one doesn't, I'll just continue fighting a few more wars. Alright, sure, looks like not going to get a coalition. You know what? I'll go for this country instead. Just so I can take that bit of lands that they have right there. And also take over that country, I guess, for down there as well. Why not? No. England formed a coalition. Interesting. Okay. So all those countries are at war with me over there, along with them. And that stuff, sure. That's been colonized by England, okay. That's kind of a mess that I would like to kind of clean up. But whatever, I guess, for now. So, I guess I could take advantage of this and get some of the Caribbean as well, while I'm at it. Yeah. Not at war with the Ottomans, though, currently. That's a bit annoying, but whatever. Jesus Christ, man, take over the entirety of Morocco and Algeria. Do I need to make my army even larger, for fuck's sakes? So they can actually handle the beginning of a war more efficiently? You are at war with me, but you're also at war with England and Milan. Alright, sure. I think I might take advantage of this, try and clean up things over here in Europe, because generally these borders are fucking ugly over here in Western Europe at the very least. Not as much when it comes to Eastern Europe, because, yeah, it's not as divided, except for Ukraine. And Finland, I guess. Ignoring these little areas here, Eastern Europe doesn't look that bad. Western Europe, on the other hand, my god is that ugly. But yeah, just gotta deal with that stuff for now, I guess. How long until my army's gotten all this finished, eh? Oh, England also has that stuff. They have east and western bits of the United States. Wow. Alright. I'll definitely clean things up over here as well, considering all these random bits of land that England has around here in Canada, I guess. Wipe those out, take them all. Yeah. Got a feeling I need to upgrade my increase the size of my army again, considering things are going a bit slow right now. So yeah, let's go ahead and do this. And increase the size of my army once again. That's another 20 armies right there. Alright. So I should now have 50 total, right? I think so. It just hasn't gone all the way up yet, because the armies aren't all complete due to all the fighting, I think. Okay, that's all that done. Good. All that's been occupied. My armies now need to get all the stuff in the western United States, basically. Still. Outguns at war with Normandy. Okay. I guess I'll just go ahead and end this war and take that. I'll just leave it at that, I guess. Just take that stuff, ignore the rest of it, since I haven't actually taken them over yet. I just want to end that war so my armies will stop going all the way down here. Okay, from what I can tell, mostly my army just needs to finish this stuff over here, and then they have occupied everything that England controls, I think. Okay. It takes my army way too fucking long to actually get their asses over here. So just mainly take control of the armies for a moment so I can get them to actually finish the fucking job. Okay, that should be all that stuff occupied now. Yeah, looks like that's everything, I think. So now it's just a matter of my armies taking back the land that was lost in that time I took control of my army, and then they can go on the offensive like they have already started. Great. And that is everything over there done. Still need to deal with that. Scotland took over England itself, apparently. Wow. Congratulations, Scotland. England has been exiled, I guess, at this point, with that. They just keep going back and forth to deal with this crap, I tell ya. I guess I'll just leave it at that or something, because that's basically everything done. Yeah. 33 fucking years, Jesus. Okay, whatever, I guess. Let's see. I'll grab all of this over here. All the stuff in the Caribbean. There we go. Now, since England has basically been completely destroyed, is there anything else I can do? Okay, I can basically get all that land taken off of England just by liberating 3 countries, but annoyingly, there aren't any countries over here that I can liberate. That is very annoying. But I kind of want to do something about that land as well, because England has kind of been destroyed after this war, so I feel like I should just actually completely finish them off. So, yeah, I guess I'll just take that stuff myself and split it off to other countries or something. Sure, I guess. Meanwhile, over here, I'll just kinda do this. Take over these countries. Alright, so I guess I have done everything that I want to here for this peace treaty. So, there we go. Now to clean up the rest of the borders and everything. Starting with the stuff right here in Europe, I guess. Alright, I think that's all the borders cleaned up and everything. So France got most of that land over there, I guess, and those two got the remainders of it. That was in close to the southern half of it, I guess. I'm keeping the Florida there, I guess, for now, since not much need to really take anything else there, I guess. But yeah, overall, pretty good, I think, here. I, of course, want to continue things and take over a bit more. I want to get the rest of India under my control, pretty much, and actually kind of take Ottoman Empire's colony over here and like everything. Get the rest of the Caribbean rights there under my control and clean things up around here too. So yeah, got some work to do. Probably would like to take them over as well. I think that may have to wait for a little bit, possibly. Not entirely sure. But for right now, I guess I'll continue things just a little bit more, because my aggressive expansion is technically over 100 currently, which means I could have another coalition formed against me right now. I guess I only have 47 armies currently, considering that's how many generals I have. So I guess I've lost a few of those armies at some point, sure. But yeah, it kind of looks like I'm not going to have a coalition formed against me. Great. Alright, so I'll quickly just do this then. Wait, I want to go towards them themselves, so I can liberate countries further up here. Alright. In that case, I'll go towards Crimea. Because, yeah, that's kind of just a weird border that I kind of just want to get rid of. And I'd like to actually liberate Crimea down there. And I don't exactly want them to be controlling that stuff. Because with that stuff there, I won't be able to liberate them. So I guess right now I'll kind of just wait for this peace treaty with them to end right now, I guess. So I can deal with them next. Apparently they have an alliance with Korea. Weird. But alright, whatever. Go to war with them. Quickly take them out. There we go. Okay, so let's see what I can do when it comes to countries I can liberate. Okay, apparently that's the only large country there, and I apparently also cannot actually liberate Crimea for some reason. Sure. In that case, I'll just kind of take all this land at this point, and then just sell the extra land over here that I don't want. Alright, there we go. Imagine that is going to cause a coalition to form against me. So I'll just deal with that, I guess. Okay, for whatever reason, doesn't look like they're actually going to form a coalition. Sure. In that case, I'll just clean up things over here. Right quick. Okay, now, over to India. So I can make sure I get all this stuff cleaned up like I want to. Go towards all those countries there to make sure I have a border with Bengal. Or I guess I won't be having a border with Bengal when the next coalition forms, so well. They formed a coalition over there, okay. Sure. I'll clean up some borders in this coalition without question. Get Ottoman's colonies there, I guess. Wipe out that country, possibly, considering what they have left. Yeah. Just go ahead and finish a lot of that stuff off completely, I think. I think I'll go ahead and end this war here. Take over all that. I'll probably take over all these countries over here, I think. And basically sell all the land I don't want to Bengal. I think that's what I'll do. Yeah. I'll just go ahead and end that too. Why not? There. Just make it so I only have this coalition to deal with. Alright, increase the size of my army again there. So, hopefully my army can actually kind of get around to start an actual invasion of them. So they can actually put an end to the war. There we go. We finally got that done. Nice. Now, if you would nicely finish off all this stuff down here, taking out the Ottomans, please. Come on. Barely even occupied anything else, for fuck's sakes. Come on. Do your job. Finish the war. Occupy the rest of this land. Gotta do it manly, don't I? Alright. I think I did a decent amount of damage with the amount of land that I've occupied so far. Pretty much everything over here has been taken over completely. That's good. Okay, finally. Basically got all that done. Now my armies just need to finish up everything over here in Europe. I think I'll just end this once all this land is occupied here. Yeah. That's it. I'm done. It's only just little bits and pieces that Perm has scattered around over there at this point, so yeah, done. I am fucking done with that crap. Okay, so time to get a bunch of this crap cleaned up completely. Alright, there we go. Kinda destroying them, considering I really did not like the fact that they kinda stretched all the way up there, so 2 countries getting liberated there. The rest of that land is kinda just going to get split off between them, I guess. Taking everything in South America here, I'll probably give a good chunk of that to this other country, I think. And then cleaning up borders in Europe there and over here in Asia. Grabbing all that, a lot of this stuff, so I can give it to Bengal and clean up those borders as well. So yeah, there we go. Let's go through and quickly sell a bunch of that extra land I don't want now. Great. Okay, there. I think that's good enough for cleaning up all the borders and everything. So that's what everything looks like over here in the Americas at this point. That's Europe. And this is stuff over here when it comes to Bengal at this point. So, I want to quickly just clean up the last bits of my border and everything, dealing with them right there, along with these things over here, I guess, before I end this episode. So, yeah. Quickly go through, try and get all that stuff done right quick. So, start off with these countries here. You apparently have an alliance with France, for fuck's sakes. Whatever. Don't care. You are a vassal of the Ottomans. Sure. Oh, apparently England had a province there. Weird. Alright. And you know what? Considering things, I'll take advantage of this to clean up some of the borders France has around here, because this stuff is kinda ugly. Okay, 2 small wars remain, but before I continue this, I want to fix up these borders right quick. Alright, there we go. And that's there is kind of the reason why I wanted to sell all that land before continuing. Cause yeah, next coalition has already started. Great. Alright. This will be the final war for this episode without question, that's the case. I don't think I'm going to be taking a lot of lands either in this one. Cause yeah, for the most part I was just wanting to clean up my borders. I do not want to be taking a shitload of lands right now, so yeah. Okay, so yeah, just try and get this done quickly. In all honesty, I guess with this coalition, I'll probably just take South America just to deal with crap at this point. Just so I don't have to deal with selling a bunch of land down there, I guess. So, Milan is the coalition leader of this coalition, right? Yeah. So I just need to take them out over here. Alright, sure. Milan has been completely defeated there, so now it's just a matter of dealing with all these other countries. Great. Okay, nice. Looks like my army is actually taking stuff in South America pretty quickly. That's good. Oh yeah, I forgot to sell that stuff. Damn it. Okay. That's gonna make things quite annoying, isn't it? Okay. Since I'm honestly not looking to actually take a shitload of land in this one, I'm basically just going to take over South America and that's it, pretty much. I think I may just go ahead and end this war earlier than what I normally do. Yeah, because this is just too much for my armies to fight currency, I think. I'll need a much larger army to be fighting something like this, I'm guessing. Oh, they're currently dealing with Korea, I guess. "20 years? Okay, yeah, I'll just go ahead and end the damn thing. Cause honestly, I'm just kind of tired and don't want this episode to drag on even more than it already has. So just do this, finish the damn thing right now. Take a little bits of lands I'm actually interested in taking. Alright, there we go. So, got all that dealt with at this point. Good. So things are nicer over here in Asia at this point, that's for sure. Things look less of a mess over here in Europe, but it's still quite a fucking mess. But yeah, I'm just going to very quickly at this point actually just finish things off, considering I should have absolutely no problem when it comes to aggressive expansion at this point. Because these are just very small countries here that I'm going to be taking over. And yeah, I think those two are literally the only ones I want to be taking over. So, there we go. Get this done very quickly. And yeah, there we go. Okay, so yeah, that there is going to be in this episode here, I guess. Next episode, I'll just take over the rest of the world, obviously, because that's all that's really left for me to do. Considering the progress I made in this episode, definitely getting the rest of the world in the next episode without question. So, yeah. Get all that dealt with next time, and then I gotta decide what my next series will be after that. But yeah, there is the end of this video here. I hope you've all enjoyed it, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye.